Hey, I'm Nick from Glaser Instruments in Nashville, Tennessee. We get asked to do a lot of mods, and one of the biggest things you can change is your pickups. And so today we're going to demonstrate a little bit of what you can do to get to a better place tone-wise. Today we have a customer with a Schecter PT that is wanting to replace the original pickups with the Seymour Duncan P-rails. The P-rails consist of a hot rail on one side, a P90 on the other, and together they create a humbucker. But to use these, most people have to use mini toggle switches. But Seymour Duncan also has the triple shot mounting ring. And what this does is, it has two small switches that you can go through, click to change your series, parallel, you can have your hot rail by itself, the P90 by itself, so it adds a lot of options to what you can do. So now that I know I'm using P-rails with the triple shot system, I can go on Seymour Duncan's website and get this diagram. And what this does is it makes it much easier for the DIYer who wants to go through and find the perfect wiring diagram for what their needs are. Alright, I'm going to start pulling everything now. These have somewhat of a cheaper component in them, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the pots with CTS pots and a switch with a switchcraft switch. They use higher grade elements in them, and so I can't think of any reason that this shouldn't be done. As I'm desoldering the pickups here, you just want to make sure that you don't leave the soldering iron on for too long onto the pot, because you will burn up the elements in them and then you'll have to replace your pot immediately. You don't want to keep your soldering iron too hot either. So this should be a pretty quick removal here. I just want to get the switch unhooked, the old pickups unhooked, and since we're pulling everything, it makes it easy. I don't really have to pay much attention to my joints or anything. Moving along here, I just wanted to say a little disclaimer about these are a drop-in pickup. They fit into humbucker routes just as they are, but just on this particular guitar, it had a bridge that was routed already for a humbucker, and this did not fit in it because the pickup ring had to go over top of it. So what I had to do is I had to cut this bridge, or you can get any kind of replacement bridge that just fastens here. But this is just to make this one fit, but it fits in the neck perfect. As you can see here though, wires are way too long because they're meant to just go straight to the pots. And all we have to do is go to this pad that's attached to the pickup ring that mounts directly under the pickup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this a lot shorter to fasten straight to this pad directly under the pickup, so we're not cluttering up the cavity and causing issues later having that wire in there. You see this array of wires right here. This is all the wires that are separating your coils inside your pickup. And what's nice about this system is on your pad here, everything's labeled clearly for you to see, so all you have to do is just attach the white, green, black, red, and then the ground underneath here. But you want to be careful as you're soldering on this pad here. These are very sensitive to burning, so you don't want to leave your solder gun on there for a very long time. I know we've talked a lot about the P-rails function, and I wanted to go over a little bit of the triple shot and show you the switches and show you how easy it is here. You can see these two switches, and they have just enough catch to them that they're easy to switch, but they're not intrusive when you're playing. Like we said before, the mounting ring gives you switching right on the ring itself. It gives you 4 different sounds per pickup. So in one position you have your series, which is the standard humbucker sound, or you can split to either the P90 or the P-rail. And then the last one is parallel, which is a hum canceling strat-like sound. Now with these pickup rings, there are 2 different styles. You have the flat style that fits on a telly like this one, and then there's another for arched Gibson styles for a carved top on a Les Paul or anything. Now you can also take out the output wires from the triple shot and connect them to a master phase switch or a series switch on your volume and tonal pots, which changes up and adds even more dynamic to this whole system, which we'll be showing you a little later. Once we have this wired up here, this has a little pad on the back, and you remove this piece, and here you can kind of just get it down inside the cavity so you can stick it to the body there. That way it's just stabilized so it doesn't move and clank around inside the pocket. So everything's done wired now. As you can see, the switches are working. Clicking this selects each pickup and you can separate the two. These are wired for phase and for series and parallel. Here's the cavity all wrapped up. And I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.